Hello fellow makeup lovers, how are you guys doing today? I am super excited for this video because we're going to be doing two looks with the new Natasha Denona Mini Xenon palette. I was really excited about this just because I love cool tones. I feel like it's such a cute tiny little palette, but it seems like it would just be a staple. I'm also excited to see a black matte shadow in a Natasha Denona mini palette because she doesn't really do blacks that often. This one is called the Blackest Black Matte, and I feel like that's like normally only available as a single, so I was definitely very curious to go ahead and try that out. And I just wanted to do a very like everyday look, like what I'm wearing right now is what I would gravitate towards all the time. And then I also went ahead and did a super intense black smoky eye for y'all, so you could kind of see two different ends of the spectrum of what you could get with this palette. So let's go ahead and do some swatches really quickly. The first shade in here is just a very, well, I mean, I guess you could go this way, but it's fine. The first shade I'm gonna swatch is just a very light pale matte shade, and it does seem to have a good amount of pigmentation to it. And then next we have a very light gray shade, but I feel like this one actually again has a decent amount of pigmentation. It shows up. We've got the most stunning silver. It's just absolutely beautiful. I feel like sometimes with Natasha Denona's palettes, it can be hit or miss on whether you get her amazing metallic formula, and this one I would say is definitely a hit. Spoiler alert. So there's the first three shades. And then we've got like a mid-tone charcoaly gray matte shade. Just looks like this. Then the deep matte black. What those look like swatched out. Feel like that swatch of the black isn't the best, but it looks pretty good on the eyes. Let me do a little bit more. I don't know what happened, but I got hard pan in the black, so I'm gonna need to take care of that. But there's what the swatch looks like a little bit more. It definitely is an intense black. So if you want to see the two looks I did with this palette, let's just go ahead and jump on in. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start off with the black shade. I'm just picking up a little bit. I don't even know what to expect from the pigmentation, and I'm gonna start that off all over my lid. Okay. I mean, that looks really good. I haven't swatched these or anything yet, so just gonna go ahead and pack it on and bring it up to my crease. Back in with just a little bit more. I want it to be super, super pigmented. So once I kind of have that filled in, it does not have to be perfect at all. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the matte gray next to the black on a little tiny blending brush, and I'm just gonna use that directly through my crease. Just start blending upwards. Okay, I feel like that's blending out decently easy. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the lightest gray shade on that same brush and just use that a little bit higher up, just kind of continuing this blend. I feel like that showed up more pigmented than I was expecting it to. All right, lastly, I'm just gonna wipe that brush off. Well, actually not last, but last for what's happening in the crease. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the lightest matte shade and just kind of highlight underneath the brow bone a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and take the charcoal gray shade and just throw that along my lower lash line. Just along the entire thing. Picking up some more of that lightest gray. I'm just gonna use that to help blend out the lower lash line. All right, now to finish everything off, I'm gonna go into the silver shade with a pencil brush and pop that pretty intensely on my inner corner. Wow, that is pretty. Ooh, that is so sparkly. We'll probably use a glitter primer with that shade because it does look like sparkles are kind of getting everywhere. But wow, that is intense. All right, I'm gonna finish up the look off camera with some black liner, some mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, so to complete the look, I'm just gonna throw on a little bit of the Sydney Grace Pink Lightning Highlighter on top of my cheekbones. And then for lips, I'm gonna do the Fenty Beauty Sweet Mouth Gloss Bomb. Alright, y'all, so this is the finished first look. It's just like very dramatic, smoky eye. I love the pop of silver on the inner corner. I feel like it looks so, so pretty. I can't wait to put that all over my lid next. So let's go ahead and jump on into the second look. Okay, so for this look, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the lightest shade. And I'm just gonna use that as a base all over the lid. It's just gonna make everything blend much faster and just help everything be a little bit softer. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take the gray shade, or the lightest gray I should say, on a big fluffy brush and just throw that through my crease. All right, now I'm gonna take the kind of mid-tone gray with a little bit of a smaller brush, and I'm gonna start that off in my outer V. Just kind of softly place it down. And once I get majority of the product off the brush, I'll just lightly bring that into my crease. I'm also gonna go ahead and take that gray on my lower lash line about a third of the way in, halfway in, something like that. That mid-tone gray. Then I'm gonna go into the lightest gray pretty heavily with my pencil brush for a little bit of a pop on the lower lash line. I think now I'm gonna take just the tiniest little bit of that black on a small blending brush and just throw that in the outer V. Don't wanna use a ton, but I just wanna add a little tiny bit. So before I go into the lid shade, I wanna do my inner corner. I'm just gonna grab the shade Web from the Sydney Grace Tiny Marvels palette. Throw that on for a little bit of highlight. I feel like the lightest pale white in the palette, the matte, would be pretty on the inner corner if you did it over a white base and did like a super bright matte white inner corner kind of moment. But I think today I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna go ahead and grab just a touch of the NYX Glitter Primer, and I'm gonna throw that all over my lid. And of course, we're gonna go ahead and go into the sparkly silver. Oh my goodness. So pretty. It actually looks very, very similar to the Lunar Beauty silver in the Eternal Eclipse palette, which is one of my favorite silvers. All right, I got just a tiny bit of fallout, but almost nothing. I'm gonna finish off with the LA Girl Glide On Gel Liner in the shade Silver Streak, just to add a little bit more of that like pop of silver on the lower lash line. I'm gonna throw on some mascara and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and use Web again and use that as my face highlight now. And then for lips, I'm gonna use the Rare Beauty Nearly Neutral Gloss. All right, y'all, so this is the finished second look, and I really, really love how it turned out. I feel like this could be such an easy go-to everyday kind of makeup look. Even the mattes were so nice. I just want to do like a very soft matte smoky eye with this palette next, so I'm sure that I'll be using it a ton, and I feel like it'll be a really great companion palette to go with other things because the lightest cream shade is just a little bit lighter than my skin tone. It's pretty much perfect for highlighting or fixing if I blend too high or adding a little bit of a base. And then the black seems really nice and buildable and blendable. So overall, I'm happy with my purchase. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.